guys, Go with Chapter 6. Happy Halloween! I'm actually filming this on Halloween, which is why I'm dressed up as Minnie Mouse. As you can see, Emma is going as Captain Hook. She decided to be Captain Hook on her own. Just decided she wanted to be that over Tinkerbell and all the other stuff. So we're really excited about that. I'll put some pictures up somewhere probably if you guys want to see them. But I'm actually going to be uploading this the day after Halloween, November 1st. But I just wanted you guys to know why I'm dressed up as Minnie Mouse because, you know, this is not an everyday video. You don't just do, this is not everyday makeup. I don't go to school like this. I don't go to work like this. But I do go trick-or-treat like this. So today I am here to be filming my wrap-up, my October wrap-up and my November TBR. Stacy is normally sitting here. Actually, she's normally sitting here being like, hey, what's up? And saying stuff, but she wasn't able to film with me, so I'm just going to do a separate video, and then if Stacy wants to upload, she can. I don't know what she's planning on doing about that. I read a lot of really good books this month. I read 7 books this month, which is really pretty good for me considering I have school, work, and baby all going on. I love that I'm finally getting to read, but I still don't feel like I'm reading enough, and it's awful. I just want to read more all the time. There's so many good series and so many good books out there that I just want to devour, and I can't. The first thing I read this month was The Scorch Trials by James Dashner. Oh my gosh, it's itchy. I wasn't very impressed by this book. I give it a down thumb. So, if you guys want to hear more about the books that I'm talking about, I've actually already reviewed all of them in my mashup reviews, where I just kind of say whether or not I liked it and say a few things about it. Right now I'm just kind of saying whether it's even worth looking at or whether it's not. I also read Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. This is about a girl who is in a competition. She's an assassin and she's in a competition for her freedom. Basically, is a very short synopsis of this. This gets a huge thumbs up. I really loved it. I can't wait to go on with the series. I don't know why I didn't put one of these in my TBR. The next thing that I read is The Sky is Everywhere by Jandy Nelson. This is a contemporary novel about a girl whose sister dies. I think it's her, maybe it's her twin sister even. I think it might be her twin sister. I don't even know. She has 2 boys in her life. One of them is her sister's old boyfriend from before she passed away, and another one is a boy who just moved to town and didn't even know her sister. So she's kind of battling these 2 friendships, 2 relationships, and using them to help get over her grief. There's a lot of poetry in this, which was my favorite part. I give this a huge thumbs up. I loved this. This book made me a fan of contemporary fiction. I also read Loop by Karen Atkins. This gets another big thumbs up. Tomorrow I'll probably be uploading a giveaway for a copy of this. I did it as part of a blog tour, and as part of that we got the giveaway copy, so I'll be giving more information about that tomorrow. But this is about a girl who time travels, and it gets a thumbs up. I really, really enjoyed it. I read it on my iPad though, so that my book is kind of untouched, and it makes me sad. And in case you were wondering, I did not touch my nose to the book to smell it, because then there'd be a giant black dot on it. I also read The Lost Hero, the first book in the Heroes of Olympus series by Rick Riordan. This is a companion series to Percy Jackson. This gets a thumbs up. I really enjoyed it. I think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It's from the perspectives of 3 of the main characters, Leo, Piper, and Jason, and I really loved each perspective. I thought this was a really fresh take on the Roman mythology, so big thumbs up. I read Deadly Class by Rick Remender. I give this a thumbs up. This is one of the first graphic novels that I've read in a really long time, at least in a few years. And it's very violent and very graphic, so it's not a YA book. If you're someone who doesn't like sex, drugs, and violence, then you won't like this probably. But it was still very intriguing, and the artwork is beautiful, so I definitely plan on continuing on just to learn more about the Assassin School. The final thing I read this month is Through the Zombie Glass by Gina Showalter. If you guys have been watching the channel since I've been back recently, I love this series. It gets a big thumbs up. This book was no exception to the amazingness of Gina Showalter. So yeah, if you haven't read the series, definitely give it a chance. I feel like this is going by so quick without Stacy commenting on each one of the things. Like, I need to have like a Stacy bubble pop in, like, oh, this is pretty, oh, this is this. No one's grabbing my books out of my hand, no one. Like, I'm alone. I'm lonely. That is everything I read in October. All in all, I say it's a pretty good reading month. I'm only like 4 or 5 books away from my goal, which is incredibly good considering for 3 months out of the year I didn't read a single book. So I'm very happy with where I'm at. This is actually going to be the first year that I ever hit my goal, unless something crazy happens and I don't read a single book in the next 2 months, which would be sad. But that being said, I plan on reading several books this month. which is probably a bad idea because I'm also thinking about, I'm kind of playing around with the idea of doing Nanowrimo, but I just don't know if I have any time for it. I just don't know if I'll ever be able to do that. So I'm actually doing something a little weird for me. I am kind of co-reading, but like on purpose. Normally if I'm co-reading, it's because I didn't like the book, so I want to just kind of get through it. I've really been wanting to read more than just YA and more than just classic literature. So I've been going on the Rory Gilmore book list, and The Second Sex by Simone de Beauvoir. I mean, it's like French or something. This is just, I don't even really know what genre this is. I don't know anything about like real books. Like I feel like this would be a book that like you would have in your professional work office library, and it's huge, and I'm never going to be able to just sit down and read it. There's just no chance. So I'm going to slowly be reading like a few pages here and there every day and try to get through this. So this will be in my TBR for a while because it's huge and the font is tiny and I'm only reading a little bit of it at a time. But it's about feminism basically, and the new good version of feminism, not the man-hating feminism, but the just equal rights for everybody feminism. And it's a really good cause and I really want to read it, and yeah, so. Alongside that right now I am reading Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. I want to see the movie of this, and I've heard really good things about it. I actually got it because I saw it on Reagan at the Peruse Project. She got it and I don't even know what she thought of it. I saw it in a haul. But I picked it up just because the cover is so gorgeous. Like, that is a really pretty cover. It's just so plain and simple, and it doesn't tell you anything about the series, so you have to look into it to know more. And I'm not very far into it, as you can tell, but it's actually kind of good so far. Like, it's an adult book, so it's very different from what I'm usually reading, but I want to read other things. I'm also talking about reading adult books, I'm also planning on reading Welcome to Dead House, the first book in the Goosebumps series by R.L. Stine. I used to love Goosebumps so much. I actually bought all of Stacy's old ones for like 10 cents a piece or something like that, or traded our Backstreet Boys CDs or something like that for it. But we sold them at a yard sale when I was younger. Like, why? Small Jessica always got rid of all the cool things. She decided she was too cool for stuff, and small Jessica would just get rid of everything, and I hate small Jessica for it. But I've been going, and every time I see them at like Trader's World, like a flea market kind of thing, or at yard sales, I always try to grab them, and I have about 5 of them in no order, but this is the first one, and I'm planning on reading it. I am also planning on reading Chasing Power by Sarah Beth Durst. This is an ARC that I got. I asked for it actually, and it sounds really good. It's about a girl who basically has telekinesis and is trying to use it to steal things to get her and her mom to safety from her father. But along the way she gets caught by someone stealing, and he blackmails her into helping him in his horrible situation. Daniel's mother has been kidnapped, and the ransom has been hidden in a place only a telekinetic can retrieve. Don't know how that works, but I'm really excited about reading this, and I definitely wanted to include it in this month. It smells good. I'm also planning on reading Angel Fall If I Have Time by Susan E. This is just one of those books that has been around the booktube community for a really long time, and since I have not been around the booktube community for a really long time, since I took a huge sabbatical, I'm so behind, and this is just one of those books that people keep making references to that I really want to read so I can watch these videos and understand and relate to what they're saying. This is about angels that are evil basically, and they're enemies, and they come down and take over Earth, and somebody makes a deal with one of them, I think. Probably a horrible synopsis, but everyone says it's really good, and I can't wait to read it. It's not going to be too long of a read, I don't think. Since I have two really short reads in this one, I also wanted to include Passion by Lauren Kate. This book series has plagued me for years, and I just want to get done with it. I just want to finish it. I've been ignoring this one as long as possible because people say that it's the worst one out of the entire series. And I'm not looking forward to this slowing me down on my reading path, because I'm like ready to read books, and this one's just going to slow me down. But I need to get this series out from under my belt. I need to have finished the Fallen series. Fallen was the first book I ever reviewed, and now 5 years later, I still haven't even read the 3rd one. So I have to read it. The bane of my existence. So that is my November wrap up, and wait, no. So that is my October wrap-up and my November TBR. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know what you think about the books that I've read and anything like that. And yeah, the reviews to what I read last month will be in the doobly-doo and maybe at the bottom. I don't know if I will be that efficient today or not. But happy Halloween, guys, or I hope you guys had a good Halloween, and I will see you guys later. I wasn't that big of a fan of this book. That doesn't sound right.